don't even know if it's.
It's like Miss B says it's when you do something happens to your neck.
It's like whiplash, but I feel like torticollis is the thing.
I have no idea.
I don't know what to do because I don't have to spell it. I mean,
All right, are we good with homework? All right, so let's talk about how to read at the bottom. So if you don't have your periodic table out, please get it out. My people who were absent yesterday, come get one. You can color it on your own time.
Okay.
This is Naya who was not here.
The color again.
All right, so we need to learn how to read the bottom. If you look at the bottom of your periodic table, you will notice there's a number here and a number here on your periodic table. One says 57 and one says 72, and they're side by side, which means there are numbers missing. Some genius decided that it would be a great idea to cut the periodic table apart, take a section out, put it at the bottom, and shove the periodic table back together. Because it didn't. It was too wide.
Yeah, are you sure they were genius or?
Well, no, I'm not.
It was too wide.
It was too wide. So they took this section out, they put it at the bottom, and they closed it back together. So,
I think we should just tear the whole thing apart and not put it back.
So when you get to where this triangle is, you have to come down here because this is number 58 to number 71. So when you get here, you go right back up to there. Okay?
Wait.
When you get to where number 57 is, essentially you read this block. When you get past this block to right here where this line is, okay? But only here. You have to come down here. Read all the way across, and then you go back to where I just put that triangle. And read the rest of the way across 5D.
So what do we do with the one at the bottom?
The one that's here, I'll put a circle here. So when you get here, you come down here. And when you finish here, you go back there.
Will it affect how you
Write the configurations? Yes, it will. You cannot write anything in this row, here, or here using that trusty diagonal chart that I showed you the other day. For example, let's say we want to write samarium, which is right here. Okay? This entire row sits where this triangle is. All right? So the noble gas before this triangle is which one? Go all the way to the end of the row and up one, and you would have XE. So if we're writing SM, XE goes in brackets. From here, back over to the left, we have what number? What block?
S.
How many do we have? Now, we hit number what block? And how far do we go before we hit this trusty triangle? We go 5D1. Now, if you read that triangle thingy, or the arrow thingy, it would say 4F next. It would never give you 5D first. Now, we hit the triangle, and it tells us to do what? Go down, and what do we see? 4 who?
F.
This is F. 4F, and how many do I have?
5.
5. I don't care if you like it. That's the way it works. Yes, sir.
Say if it was HF.
HF, sure. Let's do HF. All right, so HF. Right here, beside the triangle. Okay, so HF. All right, what's the double gas for HF?
XE.
All the way down and up one would be?
XE.
Sure. So XE. All right. What's next? 6S, how many? 2. 5D, how many?
1.
5D1.
F. Oh. 4F.
4F.
All the way.
all the way across. How many?
14.
Okay, where do we go when we get here?
Back to the arrow.
Back to the triangle. And I have what?
5.
5D1 is right there again, right? Now, we can write 5D1, but we can't leave it like that. So what happens when we have 5D1 and another 5D1?
They cancel.
They do not cancel.
You add them.
You add them, so we have 5D. How many total? 2. Now, this is the only place that I will let you flip-flop things and I won't get bent out of shape. So when you add these two things, if you make it 5D2 here and get rid of this, and 5D2 is first and 4F is second, that's fine. But if you flip them because you added it and put it there, that's fine too. I don't care which way you write it. Some texts will actually put them in order, 4F, 5D, and 6S. They put them in order based on number. I never do that. So if you flip it, I don't care. Okay, but you add those and combine them.
So basically, after the triangle, it's like it started over again. That's why I put 5D1.
You just keep reading the rest of the configuration.
Okay.
But you got to combine the 5Ds.
Then can we do like
Pick one.
Okay.
No.
FR
FR. Where's FR at?
on the bottom of S block?
Sure.
So yeah.
All right. So if we do R, francium. So francium is right here. All right. So what noble gas comes before them? This one's an easy one. This one isn't hard.
Oh, it, what?
Radon. So RN.
No.
And then after you put radon in brackets, you come back and you write what?
Okay, not that one.
7S1. And it's done.
Let's do TI.
All right, so TI is, hang on, I gotta take
XE
this.
is the gas. So that's where it is.
Hello? Hey, Barry. Uh-huh. Sure. Take your time. Take it back. Sure. Whatever you've got available. Sure.
Yeah.
It was a Christmas card.
It was.
That's what.
Thursday is available? Yeah, give me Thursday. Thursday at 4:30. Okay, I'll be there Thursday. You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right, I will be here today, so my schedule, that's why I took that. My schedule is shifted from Wednesday, Thursday. I'll be here today, Wednesday. Okay. Today and Wednesday after school.
Wait, so the quiz tomorrow is going to be on third quarter?
No, you're the only thing that's still on this quarter. Yes, I see what you're saying. Yes, the only thing that's still in this
Second
first,
quarter,
yes.
I'm sorry.
The only thing that's still in this first quarter is the assignment that's due by midnight tonight. That's on the review of quantum stuff. For those of you who've not done the Canvas quiz, it's only 16 questions due by midnight tonight. The quiz tomorrow is the first grade that goes on second quarter.
On the
Okay.
next test,
Yes.
is it gonna be everything like wavelength?
Yes. Starts with the quantum theory, wavelength, this, all of that is on second quarter's first test is 65 questions. It'll either be Friday or Monday. Depends on how today goes, tomorrow goes. My best guess is it will probably be Monday. It's possible it could be Friday, it just depends. Okay?
A lot of stuff.
Oh, because we're going to be taking the PSAT Wednesday, so we're going to miss your quiz. So I was making sure like I wasn't going to be in a crunch for to make it up.
No. I mean, we can do that next week.
Okay.
All right. Now, the thing that I would caution you people about who are doing the PSAT, I wouldn't think you would be the folks who would do this, but sometimes, for example, last week I had people who were literally making up quizzes and tests and labs from the first and second week of the semester. Okay? Don't do that to yourself. Even if you know you're not going to do well, come make it up. Okay? You will do better on it fact if you make it up sooner than you will if you wait to the end of the quarter. Imagine trying to do this quiz in December.
Yeah, no.
People will do that. You think I'm kidding. And in December, they'll be like, Miss Wall, I don't remember any of this. Can you tutor me on this before I take the quiz? What is my answer? It's no.
I don't know anything.
Well, I will, but my answer then is going to be no. If you need help now, the answer is yes. You wait 9 weeks to come take up a quiz with me, the answer is usually no. Okay? Mainly because it's usually the week that makeup work is due. And I'm just not tolerant of that kind of stuff then. Come when it's time to do the work. And I'll be glad to help you before you take the quiz. Not the week I have 20 people standing in my room going, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. It is. And it was a slow week. Sometimes it's really a zoo in here. Now, so let's pick something in this range that you want to do. Not way back here.
Okay, AM.
A who? AM?
AM.
All right. So Americium is where? Down here. All right. So where does this whole row sit?
What?
Where does this whole row sit up here?
Oh, on the seven.
On the circle. It sits here on the circle. So if I sit on the circle and I go all the way to the end and up one, I'm what noble gas?
Yeah, alright.
So I'm writing RN. Okay, so AM. So we're RN in brackets. All right, so where do I go? So I am 7S what? 7S2. And then I have 6D1. Then I'm at the circle, so I go down and I have what? 5. Oops. 5F. And I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you with me?
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more, my choice. All right, this time I'm going to pick thallium. Let's do this one. All right. So what noble gas am I going to pick if I pick thallium? Okay, XC in brackets. All right, and so what do I have after that? 6S, 2, good. 5D1, and then what? 14. All right, I'm right here.
Back up to the arrow.
Okay, 5D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got to put 5D9. Now, if I've already got 5D1, I'm going to write 5D9. 5D9 and 5D1 are going to do what? So if you just want to write 10, not write that at all, you can do that. All right? Nope. Nope. So what am I going to put? What am I going to put now? You got it?
Yeah.
Think you can try some on your own?
Yeah.
If you don't add, I will take off a little bit of points. I will not mark it completely wrong, but I will take off some points. Okay? All right. So let's say that you do these 3. You do tungsten. You do
So we're gonna have to be able to read the chart for
erbium and uranium. Do those 3. And then we're going to color again.
Uranium.
I'll mark Trevor here before I forget. Because he's the only one who's come in. I still don't see Princess, Shania, or Sam.
That'll be you.
So which noble gas would the noble gas for ER be XC2?
For which one? ER, yes.
It would be XC.
Everybody's out not changing schedule. Who has a question?
All right.
All right, who has a question? Are we all done?
Yes.
All that time? And all I managed to do was tell two people that my schedule changed, y'all finished?
Yes.
I really didn't want to text that. All right, better just tell them less information. I should stop telling them a paragraph. I should just tell them my schedule changed.
Wait, so you set up there and take the paragraphs about the schedule?
Yeah,
That's well, you gotta.
well, I was trying to move dinner up with a friend of mine, since I don't have to go do that. And then I was telling my kids to be prepared to go to dinner with a friend of mine. All right, I don't know that yet. That'll be another battle in itself, because my son doesn't like anything.
Your son knows
Actually- He doesn't like food. Oh, well, he likes fast food. So if we wanted to go to Bojangles, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Taco Bell, we'd be fine. I refuse to eat at most, or Zaxby's. He would be fine.
Oh my God, I want it.
But I refuse to eat there every night during the week.
Can I go? Can I write the things on the board?
Sure.
I go ridiculous. I can breathe. I can feel the train.
All right.
Can we kill it right the first one?
All right, come on.
Wait.
See if I can.
Wait, what did the last one? Yeah.
All right. Did I make enough space for y'all to write them up here beside the letters? All right. So write W's beside W up there.
This wall, I just subscribe to your thing and it tells me when you're live.
Huh?
I subscribe to your YouTube channel and that tells me when you're live.
I'm not surprised.
I'm just saying now.
So what do you mean right W?
Right. See how I write W up there? Write the answer beside
Oh, I
W.
thought you said right W. Okay.
No.
Okay, you know what?
Wait, so we can watch your class as it goes on?
Yes, please don't, because I'd have to listen to myself. I don't ever want to hear that.
Wait, you have to listen to yourself.
Like, if you're just playing the video while she's.
Yes, I can hear it.
One day.
Well,
we're
it'd be a
gonna
little-
figure it out.
Well, Miss
Little
Wall,
bit.
I have to sometimes.
Say what now?
They have a little bit.
So-
There'd be maybe a slight delay, but I don't actually want to hear it.
And it'd be
Wait, so you literally hear it in the classroom?
Yeah, if you had the volume up.
That's right.
No, I mean like if you were
Is that right?
outside of school
I
and you were
record y'all's
watching it,
class.
you could
Yo,
hear
is this right?
it. What do you do? What?
No, she was saying like if we were watching class, she doesn't want to hear. So.
You gotta count W.
Survivor.
So you never watch your video?
Oh, I gotta count W, so it's
Yeah.
4?
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, it would be right before.
That's okay. I can hear it.
All right, Precious, that's
You
enough.
hear us
Make it go away.
asking
Is it gonna
about
fall?
this question.
It doesn't go there.
Yes, it will fall because you have it in the middle. It's supposed to be on this side. There's another one that would go here.
My God.
But I don't hang it there because we've
Technology,
broken 2
right?
pens. Miss Thornhill has broken no pens.
It's
Wow.
just magnets. I was ready to call.
I've broken 2.
Magnets
The students broke 1. I broke 1. Miss Thornhill has broken 0 pens. Why is RH in brackets instead of noble gas?
She means RN.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am. There is an element that's actually RH, which is why I asked that question. It's ruthenium.
What?
Yeah.
All right, and so that's 5. Yes, that's correct. Go sit down. All right, anybody want to do ER?
I do it.
No.
So what?
I need a third volunteer for ER.
I'm doing it. Might be wrong, but I'll still do it.
It's probably right.
No gas.
Huh?
No gas. Because it flips the brackets
Oh.
in front of it. So it goes in front of the 6S2.
Oh. And
Okay, I did not mean for that. Okay, I did not mean for that to look like that either.
It's okay.
why?
Okay, I'm assuming she counted right. The 4F11. I didn't count them. Is the 4F11?
That's what I got.
Questions? We okay? We're shorthanded. All right. Here. Okay, we'll come hand these out. Everybody gets one. Now, you might want to keep that periodic table handy because this one that Michaela's handing you now is going to get very cluttered. All right? We're going to put 11 different colors on this one. Where? Because
Thomas
you're
Sports
gonna
Seminar.
want these for
today.
You're gonna need 11 different colors.
I can even count to 11. It's something about where do I put it?
You can just set them on my desk.
I like this. Round.
How many colors you say?
You need 11. I mean, one of them can be a solid,
Like it would be a light blue and the other be a dark blue.
yeah. You can even make patterns or something. It doesn't matter.
Oh, you know knows it.
Oh, wait.
I don't know what this is.
What are
Gourmet. Scented pencils.
I don't know, something my son had. Most of this stuff is crap I cleaned out his room.
You clean your son's room?
I didn't clean his room, he did. I don't have that kind of energy or time.
Let's get out of here.
I would. You must be nice. My parents do that.
My mom would never clean my room. She would never even think about it. She was, yelling at me, clean it.
Now he cleans his room because he doesn't want to lose his phone.
Yeah.
Hey, different colors don't even exist.
I don't think I could ever clean it just because of the fact that she will be so sad.
No.
Oh, this one's really good.
That one. I showed you. That's it.
Oh, is this one something?
I did not have the energy at all yesterday.
And
That's all anything, but it should have
11. I'm sorry, but
She was just trying to make me not feel
I know that. What? First we walked in.
No. Why are
Are we gonna write numbers in those?
We are gonna come back and put some symbols in, and we're gonna put numbers above and beside it. Okay, but the numbers will not be inside the boxes other than two small elements.
Which light is this one? This is the lightest blue I got, or this one. I don't know which one you want. Hey.
And I'm trying to write really neat. You know, that's hard for me, but I'm
So
trying.
the alkali metals is not including the H.
The alkali metals does not include the H because hydrogen is technically not a metal.
Oh, this is really brown. I'm so disappointed. Oh, no.
That is so racist.
No, I thought it was gonna be a red. Brown.
Ellie, I have a red.
Wait.
I got full.
You gotta be
Let's see, what color haven't I used? Let's go with.
This, well, agencies for tattoos, I.
All right. Those are the basics. And then we'll come back and put some other stuff in. Again, it's not a museum piece.
So is hydrogen supposed to be just plain white?
With no color.
Say what now?
Hydrogen is supposed to have nothing.
Hydrogen is supposed to have nothing.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite one. The Smith recipe. Yeah. It's bad. I come to this small faster and tutor and you just go like yeah, but we didn't play that. I don't know what it's like. We were really good at that. One of those things. It is what it is. What? No. We couldn't beat them like that. We didn't.
We go with
Strawberry. Mm-hmm. We played good old Les Davidson today, Miss Wall.
Yeah. Is it a one you're likely to win or could win?
Yeah,
They're not very good this year.
Yeah. And it's senior night, so maybe we'll at least win a set.
Oh, that will be good.
Maybe they're short, but it's not dressed up in the size. She was senior too. She's not. No. How? Right. Yeah. Not like dress, but she's got like a cute. It's the same. I got this crap in my again. I don't have. I should have learned from my mistakes. Oh, now I can even see what element this means. Lovely. It's alright. I'll go.
Oh.
Oh.
Were you terrified?
How was you terrified of?
Me.
Were you terrified, Franco?
Yes. Because I'm so scary.
Look at this.
These are like the same.
I don't scare you this one.
Generally, no.
I would hope not. I don't want to scare like you.
What are y'all thinking tonight, Franco?
I'm so.
Chord songs.
I mean,
Oh.
I knew that one without asking.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna say, you're not gonna know the song by the name. You know the song, Glory? They're like 1,000 songs in Glory.
Yeah,
she asked.
I just asked.
Alright, I'll tell you, we're singing Gloria.
Okay.
A small group is singing Good Night. We're singing CCD Moya. We're singing seen in my soul.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
And
I think I heard that.
Y'all don't have any repeats from last year?
no.
Last year was so many repeats.
Probably right. They're trying to be stupid with stuff.
What other songs are you seen,
Are you going to Italy?
JD? Bro.
I was gonna go, but I didn't wanna go anymore.
Why?
It
was Italy. Are you going to Italy or France?
Love to go to
Oh.
That's like a study of like that's different because it's in earn a high school or college credit. So it's like not even like I don't know.
And there's probably a lot of
Oh, yeah, it's for school. Yeah.
If I don't sing at the Leaning
I
Tower
know
of
it's like
Pisa,
for
I'm
school,
not
like,
going.
are we actually gonna be like I just gotta go to I don't know.
for free.
Are they going over break?
Spring breaks.
It's in spring. Oh wait, are you talking about Italy? Yeah.
Is that this year?
Yeah, Italy? Uh-huh.
I would love to go, but I wouldn't.
I just don't, that's just, I don't know. Graduation.
To Italy?
Yeah.
Explore.
Come on, $1,000, yeah.
Be quiet.
Like great turkey.
I don't know why I hate yours.
This cartoon.
So what if I go to Italy and I'll be my great grandparents?
Right, you think it's your
Because which grandparents?
We get it. Are you even Italian?
Great grandpa.
No, he's not.
I think his great grandparents might be dead.
Born in New Jersey. That's not what he said. Oh, here you go, Brett. Look at this. I love you. Everybody's looks so nice. Mine looks like garbage. Got a
I
banjo.
told y'all these are not museum pieces.
But they should be.
I spelled family wrong.
What'd you spell it as?
Family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
And I put R instead of or. I know.
Oh, I
It's
forgot
a
we
sad
had
word.
Yeah.
If y'all don't label the groups, what you just colored is a waste.
Right.
And what is this quiz?
Sierra.
No, tomorrow's is on orbital, electron, shorthand, and dot
Oh,
diagram.
Wednesday.
You said
Oh, wait.
That's Wednesday, so when is this quiz?
Thursday.
Thursday.
So are we keeping these?
Yes, they're your notes. This is just a different way to do notes, people.
But I mean like for the quiz.
You cannot use it on the quiz. These are your notes. When have we taken an open note quiz?
I'm
We
pretty
should
sure we did
start
add some.
Really?
I think it was like a first.
Okay, your
I
memory
don't
is
think
better
it's
than
an open
mine.
note one.
Well, that's entirely possible.
I'll remember that.
What?
Online note.
What'd you say, Xavier?
I'll remember that.
That's because it didn't happen.
I'm gonna cry. Oh, dang it.
I actually think it was the first place.
This is
Yeah,
hard.
Ms. Hepler might have done it.
I don't
Ms. Wall did
need
not.
I need corn dog yellow.
You need what?
Corn dog.
Corn dog yellow.
Wrong way to
What?
refer to it.
This better be corn dog yellow.
I'm gonna have corn dog.
See?
Say corn dog.
Crazy how God works.
It is.
Never mind.
Right, yeah.
This is corn dog yellow. But I put down yellow. You didn't even like highlight yellow and now it's ruining it.
Yeah, and she took it personal, so I just.
She said,
Miss Helen is a bum skin, that's why. She didn't hear that from me.
What? Everyone has.
She always does that though, like
Literally,
literally
Allie was just, there was a teacher saying that we did for the assignment. And then the other school was like, okay, I'm not gonna run out like down. And then Allie just playing around goes, okay, good, and I want you to play with us. Or something, because like, we was just like, that's a good teacher saying Allie. So Allie was playing around, yeah, we were really good with her. And then she took her down.
Then she started going off, and I wasn't about to sit there. I mean, I'm not used to being serious, but and she would have said that though.
I have like.
Exactly, because that wasn't a teacher, that was a 16-year-old student, and I was like, all right, I'll show you a 16-year-old student. That was pretty. Like,
I've never had a cousin who does it.
but like, I'm not the only student she's done that to. Like, maybe she gets pride off of like calling students out in front of class. Like, that's unprofessional as crap.
All right, it looks like about 9 of you have not done the Canvas assignment.
Oh, wait,
I'm one.
we
I'll
are.
do it in my second period because
I don't care where you do it. I just tell you it happened done.
we don't do anything in my second period. I don't think I've done things.
Looks like I don't have something from Zaya, Raylina, Trevor, Victor, Princess is not here, Daniela, Elena, Franco, and Elijah.
What?
I really
Canvas
was
assignment.
I really was gonna do it last night, but I
And we're
completely.
good now.
Oh, I'm doing it.
That's not bad.
Just make sure you do it. The last grade of this quarter.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna need
Is
that.
it-
We
is
got
it-
to.
Is that a sixth grade?
Just a quiz grade. Just a quiz grade.
Well, I'm
But then again, she
like,
is
since
my
now that
adult,
we've
so
done
it's
this,
very
I actually have something.
But
tied
at the
into
time, I
it.
was hot.
Yeah, it's more review of the old stuff we did with the wavelength and energy moving up and down and the
If
floor
you go over
and
here,
before we do the
it's
quiz
again,
next
you
week.
first you're gonna say.
So it's a multiple choice type format.
And
And you could have 2 attempts on it, so if you don't do well the first time, you can redo it so it averages 2 grades. All right, so if we look at what you have on the board,
Oh, I forgot.
okay, we all have a chance to put our names on and stuff like that.
Oh, man, I gotta get my markers.
Hey, I'm not done. What the heck?
Yeah.
What the heck?
How much more do you have?
What?
Almost all.
What?
Hey,
Yeah,
Come on, people!
What you been doing?
Exactly what I'm thinking. What have you been doing?
Allie.
You always have a full conversation.
I am done.
What is that?
You just put it in color like that, it's fine.
I'm not coloring it in because I'm not gonna be able to read it when I write stuff in it.
Exactly, that's a good point. I was
Oh,
worried about
right
that.
in it.
I said we were gonna put some symbols in. Did you color so dark you can't put
I
symbols
didn't
in?
color that
Wait,
out,
no.
but don't ask me about the nitrogen family.
Huh? The green says chalcogens, oxygen family.
You think
Chalcogen. Anybody wants to
Is it,
spell
is
it?
that alright if I put ocean?
I don't care.
Can I see that blue one over here?
I'm sorry.
I feel as if yours is too dark.
Yeah.
Y'all's favorite.
I just
color.
follow
Maybe
my
it's
colors, so
orange.
Do you want to go to therapy with me?
Do I want to go to where?
To therapy with me.
No.
We can have a group therapy.
I
We
don't
can all
want to
go
go to
to.
Group therapy, I don't think I could ever do it because I'm very judgy.
No. Well, at least you
I would
know.
love it. Cause you would just laugh at everyone first.
Especially you,
I'm
honestly
sure.
would. You'd be so mean. I remember Miss Richards' class used to be
Yeah,
like,
I get it from my mom. I'm judgmental of people that I don't know. I don't know why, but it's very bad, and I
Kill
wish I could get rid of it, but it's
it.
literally a family
I
trait.
said we could have group therapy. I said that's the class. I should tell you in this class and you're invited. Stop it.
So like, you personally thought it was wrong, but I didn't get it.
Well, that's
You sound
because-
like my son when I say it's dinner time and food's on the table. He doesn't come out. He's like, "You didn't invite me to dinner." I'm like, "I have to go into your room and say, you were
Yes.
invited to dinner." He's like, "Yeah."
No, my mom
I'm
just
like,
screamed
dude.
about
Yes,
it.
that's why I like it. You do, because that's what my mom has to do.
I'm not going in your room and say, "Dinner is done and you may come to the thing."
Or
I
she's
would
Not
just tell
community.
him.
Why
You
not?
cannot eat.
This-
I'll tell you
Why
what,
does
Brad.
it smell? We're like six when the food is next to us.
Oh yeah,
Put it down.
when somebody starts cooking, I gotta go out and help since I cook.
Nah, if I smell it, I'm gonna go down there and see what's up. Cause he's like, all right, I'm
It's really sweet.
be back. Like, cool.
I feel like you have precious blood sugar therapy. You'd be
Actually,
like,
All right, how much you got left there, Brad? Okay.
Right.
Other than Precious, who I'm waiting on. Who else is? How much do y'all have?
Yes. Not a lot. It's almost finished.
How much is not a lot there, Zaria? I mean,
Super down.
Xavier has like half the table.
I don't have that thing.
Oh, one of us takes long. You got Dr. Delore over here.
I think that
Excuse me?
I feel like if we went to therapy together, she'd literally be like, "Oh my God, you're so stupid." Like, thanks, Precious. Just like rock paper. You just turn it off.
No.
Don't do that. There we go. I give it to you. I'm so glad I'm making better decisions.
You remember when in elementary school when the guidance counselor was like, I don't know, like, what do they call it? Like a block?
Oh, yes.
Guidance? Yeah, like, you know, when we had like gym and stuff.
Well,
like
oxygen.
this counselor would come to our class and like talk to us.
No, but you have to know the other name too.
Calogen.
I don't know.
The challenge, you have to know that one too.
Yeah, she was that.
That sounds
That was
like
the
we're
closest thing
getting-
there, yeah.
Okay. I don't care how you learned it, as long as you learned it.
Who's over there?
Mr. Welch?
Y'all remember Miss Campbell in Control City?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. I remember one time she like fell and she was like,
I don't understand.
Fall and take
Yes, he said I'm listening.
I can just sit up there, fall, trip, almost bunch of get
No, Edward did Mr. Cosmo. Oh my gosh, yes. And I missed it.
And
And I did in the bench. And then I was like, I said something about like a zoo. And that's what that is. And it's like, cause, and then Mr. Carpenter was like, that's enough. Or something like that. Like, he got that. He was so frazzled. He was like shaking. He was like, okay.
what happened?
Cause he was like attacked. Mr.
Carpenter
Carpenter.
his legs.
Yes, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, don't make brisket. I made that note. Because you're breaking
Hey, Ali, remember when all those ladybugs?
Yeah.
I remember.
They were like in the light room. Yes, and the light fell up and all the ladybugs fell and she already.
I would have died right then.
Oh yeah, that's why I hate ladybugs so much. I can cry. She did.
You don't
I did cry. Yeah, and like
too, like, they're all over you.
I remember Miss McAllister, she was singing. Like for one of her vocabulary examples, she started singing. She was like,
I want to know
was
what's
like, sis, you have a choice. It was funny.
Remember that she was lucky a predator because
Yes.
she was
She saying, you know what?
Early
Let's
morning.
really activation.
freaking Mr. Bailey. Yeah, but she was.
She had a crush
Oh,
on Mr.
she was. I thought you said Mr. Bailey was like that. I was like, no, he's not.
I don't know, like she was
You can locate
He
the
didn't like
person.
any of the students.
He was always.
All right, how about now?
I
Nope.
looked at
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Oh wait.
You will have to catch up. Those of you who are still coloring, try to catch up. All right, so those of you who had your phones out because you're waiting on the slow pokes, put them away. All right, so we want to add to what you have. All right, Tyler. Now, those of you who are catching up, you can catch up on your own time. It doesn't take that much time to finish with what we've got to do, but we've got to add things like group numbers, period numbers, which I hope y'all remember from middle school. If you don't, it's okay. All right, now we're also going to add the states because as we go through the rest of the semester and we start working with balanced equations again towards the end of the semester, you have to add in states. We also have to be able to find oxidation numbers. Remember when I told you lost your oxidation sheet at day 60? We're on day 41, okay? And I told you we'd find other ways to be able to find this information that did not involve using your blue card. So this is the beginning of that process. So when you look at your periodic table, we're going to start with group numbers and period numbers, and then we'll branch out. So groups. Let me change to red. All right. There are 18 groups. First of all, groups or families, and I don't care if you write on the front or the back of your piece of paper. You might find it's easier to write some things on the back because the front's going to get cluttered. Groups and families. Which way do they run? Anybody remember?
Left or right? Up and down.
They run up and down. All right. Groups and families are vertical columns. All right. First of all, there are 18 of them. Okay, they run numbers 1 through 18. Now, there's old system numbering. If you look at your orange periodic table, which you'll have access to on the state test, they run 1 through 18. We will use that number because it's the modern numbering. If you have an old professor in college, a lot of them will use the old numbering like the 1A, 2A, 5 and 6B. You will never hear me use that numbering. My college professors, a lot of them didn't even use that. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So on Thursday's quiz, if I say, what's the name of group 18? You need to be able to tell me the name of group 18. It's the noble gases. If I say, what's the name of group 2? You need to be able to tell me the name of group 2 is the alkaline earth.
By Thursday?
Yes, by Thursday. It's not tomorrow.
But
Okay.
it's basically.
Normally it is the next day, but because we are behind on shorthand, it will be Thursday for y'all. All right, periods. I knew it was coming. All right. All right, periods are which way?
Horizontal.
Okay, these are horizontal rows. And they run 1 through 7. Let me fix my eye over there. That looks like it's misspelled. Okay, periods. I don't even put an S on it because there's more than one. Periods run across. They're horizontal rows. So these are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, these are often mixed up with the energy levels. On your previous periodic table, we numbered the energy levels. So we had numbers like 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4 and 5 here, right? Those numbers were energy levels. These numbers are the periods. So if I give you something like molybdenum or molybdenum right here, and I ask you the group in the period, the group is 6, the period is 5. Sometimes people get, because they'll number their periodic tables with these when I give it out on the test, and they see, oh, I numbered that a 4, and they're like, oh, what period is it in? I'll have the 5 and the 4 in multiple choice. They want to pick that 4. That 4 that's right there is an energy level. Does it have anything to do with the period? No. The period is a what? The period is a 5. So what happens with these two rows? What periods are they in? You have them numbered 4 and 5 for the energy levels, right? But what period are they in? All right, we had those little symbols on the last periodic table because they were cut out of these two rows, right? This is period 6, and this is period 7, okay? Those numbers that were on the previous periodic table are energy levels, all right? Everybody good with that? Periods are 1 through 7. Yes, ma'am.
On the quiz, when you asked us about like the family types, for the one that says cook,
Chalcogens or oxygen family?
Yeah,
You have to know both.
I can't just put oxygen family.
Not if I say you cannot use the oxygen family to name it. Or if I only give you those choices on the multiple choice portion of the test and I don't list the oxygen family. What do you think the odds are that I will not use the oxygen family? High.
Wait, so what if it's like a written question? Can we just put oxygen family?
Unless I put in parentheses, you can't use that name.
Okay, can I just put chalcogen?
Mhm.
I don't have to put chalcogen or oxygen family.
You just put chalcogens.
Okay.
All right.
Ew.
Everybody got it?
No. I'm just kidding.
All right. So you need something dark to draw in the staircase. All right. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be a pen, pencil, color that's bright, but something to be able to draw in the staircase. Something to draw in the staircase.
What happened to my paper?
I don't know. What paper? That crinkled up mess?
Oh, the one I just took her.
Colon.
Okay, we're not going.
Is it
Really
beautiful?
dry right now.
Do you like it?
It's a thing of beauty.
Thank you. Just like you were saying. I learned the most things in this class. Not because I didn't know anything about this class prior, but still,
She's not a teacher that really teaches.
that's all I do.
Yes, but I'm not doing it the way it's supposed to be done these days.
All right.
Well, at least you're
understand.
doing
That's
it.
all.
It's a lot of teachers that just give us papers and tell us do it yourself.
Fill in the white notes.
All right.
Garbage.
So when we look at the periodic table, I had you draw on the staircase because there are three kinds of elements on the periodic table. What are the three kinds of elements we talked about at the early part of the semester?
Liquid, gas, and salt.
We're going to do that in a minute. Hold that thought. Okay?
Oh!
What's based on the staircase? Non-metals, good. Metals and metalloids, very good. So on the staircase are the metalloids. So we're going to use symbols for this, okay?
Which one count as on the staircase?
Metalloids. Okay, metalloids.
Which element, silly?
I'm getting ready to tell you.
Oh.
Okay, metalloids are on the staircase, and I'm going to use a triangle. You can use any symbol you want. Okay? Don't make it fill up the whole space with your symbols, because remember, we got to come back and put in states like we just said. It does not have to be a triangle. You pick any symbol you want. I'm just using a triangle.
Like a teardrop.
Okay? Use any symbol you want. It could be a line, it could be a circle, it could be a star, it could be a heart. I don't care. They're your periodic tables. They're your notes.
You said don't make it too big.
Don't make it too big. We got to come back and put in states. It's not so important for the metalloids. It's really important for the non-metals. Okay? It's really important for the non-metals. Now, I will tell you for the metalloids, different periodic tables, different books label different elements as metalloids. Why that is, I have no idea. Okay, these are the ones we're using. All right, so for the non-metals. Okay, where are the non-metals at?
On the other side of the.
The right or the left?
All right.
Okay,
And
I'm going to use a circle. All right, so.
Is helium have circle?
Yep, it does. All right, so all of these on the right, and there's one somewhere else. Who else gets a orange dot?
Yeah.
Hydrogen over here. Okay? Now, most of the time, everybody's okay with this last one. Everything else is a what?
Metal.
Okay, so a metal is everything else. So I don't feel a need to put a symbol in all those other boxes. Now, if you feel the need to, then I would recommend something like a dash. It's easier to draw. I don't generally put a symbol on all the rest of the metals. Okay? If you know that the non-metals are on the right, the metalloids are on the staircase, everything else on that periodic table is a metal. Now, to Michaela, what did you say a minute ago?
Solid, liquid, and
solids, liquids, and gases. There are 2 liquids on the periodic table. Okay? So we're going to use L for liquid. All right, mercury is 1. Hg is a liquid. The other one is a halogen. Which one do you think it is? It's a halogen.
F.
Nope.
Chlorine.
Fluorine and chlorine are not liquids.
Bromine.
It's bromine. Bromine is the liquid.
Yes, right, long enough.
If you guess long enough, you're bound to hit it. Okay? Bromine and mercury are your only 2 liquids, and they're naturally occurring states on the periodic table. Everything else is either a solid or a gas. Now, the gases, there are, I will tell you now, there are 11. All right? You have to know all 11. Now, before you all wig out and go, I can't learn 11 gases, 6 of them are a breeze. You know 3 of the other remaining 5.
Noble gases.
There are 6 right there. 6 of the 11 are noble gases. Okay? So, here are 6 of your 11. That leaves you with 5 more. 3 of the 5, you know. Okay? Carbon is not one. That's a black solid that you're all writing with called a pencil. Nitrogen and oxygen are correct, Zion. Hydrogen is the other one. Okay, so hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen are 3 of the 5 that I said you knew. Okay, so you've got 2 you got to learn. I will tell you this, they're halogens. They're halogens.
AT.
AT is not one of them.
F.
Fluorine and chlorine. Okay? They're all right here grouped together. Okay? Nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and chlorine are the others. Okay? Those are your gases. Iodine is a solid, astatine is a solid. Now, all the others are what then?
Solid.
That's right. So 3/4 of the periodic table is a solid and a metal. So a solid is everything else. Now, if your periodic table, after you've labeled all this crap, is way too jumbled for you to be able to write the last 2 things, then I would recommend going back to your SPDF. Because we need to be able to add in outer shell electrons and oxidation numbers. Okay, but as long as you're still doing well with what we've got, then by all means, stay with what you've got. Okay? Does everyone have everything we've put on the table thus far?
No.
Okay. Are you almost what we got?
Yeah.
Do you need to take a picture of it? Then take a picture of it so you've got it. And you can keep that.
Everybody got white out?
I got tape kind of white out. I ain't got the liquid kind.
Tape kind of white out. I could never get it to work. I don't know.
Then don't touch my white out like ever.
I
You and Miss
literally
Thornhill.
break it.
I won't let Miss Thornhill touch my white out
Cause she breaks it.
every time.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
like
use it.
that. It's so ridiculous.
Do you know
Why is it
how-
like that?
Okay.
All right.
27 years.
You're not even been alive 27 years, much less not doing anything for 27 years.
Wow.
You don't know.
Maybe
Take
27
out the
minutes.
25 years old.
You weren't even thought enough.
Oh wait.
I was about
What if
60 years ago.
I came out the womb like
I need white out.
Your parents told you that.
my parents?
Oh, yeah.
I
That
was.
was that you were.
My mom was on
accident?
birth control.
Well, that happens.
Mine just said they weren't trying, but they weren't not trying.
Yeah, we would ask. She was like, I mean, I'm not getting trying to came up. She was like, yeah, we didn't know we were playing with you for like 3 months.
I figured it was.
It's like, so you were on sick, we didn't want you. And I was like, oh.
Thanks.
Dang.
She's.
So we push it out, I
I
guess.
mean, she wants you now, I think.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad.
Oh.
All right, are we there now? We got pictures at least. Franco, yes, no?
Franco's ruining my life.
What's ruining your life?
Franco.
Why?
Cause he's broken. Okay, Franco.
This is markers and boxing in everything.
Get that.
You literally locked it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
What do you mean he's boxing the thing?
Franco, hold it.
Because that takes less time.
Why are you doing it like that? You literally did jump inside.
I colored very.
All right, we there now? Because I don't want to have to color tomorrow. All right, I'm not getting to number 4. I've accepted it, but we're finishing 3. All right.
That's a nice
I'm so glad that it's live.
Franco.
Oh.
We are live.
It's
That's crazy.
When all else fails, we try it that way. All right, so
Outer.
outer shell electrons. They're also called valence electrons. I will use the names interchangeably so you get used to both. Okay, I will tell you I have a terrible habit. For some odd reason, when I teach this topic, I call them outer shell electrons. And when I teach bonding, I call them valence electrons. I have no idea why I do it. I've done it for a long time. They are one and the same. All right, so have you ever noticed that when I walk around and do dot diagrams, I don't have to look at any work. I just can tell you the dot diagram. You can give me any element on the periodic table. I can tell you the dot diagram. It'll have 2 and 3 dots.
Okay.
What
Okay?
about LA?
LA, where is LA at? 2 dots together. Okay? It's because there's a pattern based on the outer shell electrons. All right? There's not a secret. I don't have 118 elements memorized. I just need to know its place on the periodic table because of its outer shell electrons. Everybody in group 1 has 1 electron in the outer shell. Everybody. So if they only have 1 electron in the outer shell, how many dots are they going to have in the dot diagram? 1. It's not a secret. It's not some kind of thing I've memorized, and I've memorized 118 elements dot diagrams. Everybody in group 1 will have how many dots in the outer shell? 1. I don't have to write the electron configuration. They all get 1 dot. Okay? Everybody in group 2 has 2 electrons. So everybody in group 2 has how many dots?
2.
And because it's an S2, the 2 arrows are paired. Okay? I don't have to draw the dot diagrams. I mean the electron configuration and draw the dot diagrams. Okay? Because I know the pattern. Now, everybody through the transition elements also all have 2. By the way, I didn't tell you this a minute ago, but let me tell you now. These are called the inner transition elements. So, because they're called the inner transition elements, how many electrons will they have in their outer shells?
None.
They will have
Oh,
2, which means they also have how many dots? 2. Okay? They're also paired. These have 3 electrons in their outer shell, 4 electrons, 5 electrons, 6 electrons, 7 electrons, and 8 electrons, which is why I told you dot diagrams would never exceed what number of dots?
8.
Because the maximum number of outer shell electrons you can have is what?
8.
8. You can never have more than 8.
Wait, I'm confused. Where did you get those numbers from?
That is tomorrow's topic. I'm going to explain where they come from tomorrow.
Oh,
This
so
is just a
we're
shortcut.
supposed to listen to you.
Huh? There's a pattern.
Oh.
Oxidation numbers are positive and negative, but outer shell electrons, you're just counting 1 to 8. It's just 1 to 8. So if I say on the quiz Thursday, how many outer shell electrons does nitrogen have? Nitrogen has how many outer shell electrons? 5. If I say what's the oxidation number of sulfur, sulfur has an oxidation number of what?
Oh, wait. -2.
Sulfur is -2. But yes, you have to memorize that.
How it goes. No, I don't.
I mean, oxidation numbers are just 1 to 8. Sorry, outer shell electrons are just 1 to 8. Oxidation numbers, you're counting plus to 4, and then you're going from 4 down to 0.
Yeah, but what about the 3? Oh, wait.
It's +1, +2, +3, plus or minus 4, and then you count down. -3, -2, -1, 0.
So, wait, is transition metals a +2?
Say what now?
Transition metals, is that a +2?
Transition metals vary, except for the 2 I circled and put in particular elements. Those 2 are the only 2 that don't vary. So, what is our homework tonight?
Review.
It's to practice anything you want to practice for the quiz tomorrow and study this for the quiz on Thursday. Okay? I'm not going to assign physical homework. You've got 2 quizzes that you need to study for. They are the first 2 grades of the new quarter. Say what?
You assign me this homework.
Pick any elements you want to do. Bring them to me tomorrow and I'll check them. Any kind of notations you want to do, and I'll check them. Anything you want to do. Make sure you put my markers and pencils up.
Okay, I guess I am gonna throw this paper away.
I told you.
Or actually, I'm not gonna throw it away, I'm gonna put it in their recycling.
I was gonna say that's a good plan after you gave me a hard time about that.
I did, cause you threw away a whole stack.
Hey, I even threw my papers I didn't need for y'all's class week anymore in the recycling bin myself.
Are we getting periodic table anymore?
Yes, you're gonna need that again. Don't throw it away.
You become a better person every day.